The following is a Q100 sports presentation. Springs Valley Girls High School basketball is on the air. Q100 WFLQ presents exciting play-by-play coverage of Springs Valley Girls basketball. Tonight's game between the Lady Blackhawks and Northeast Dubois Lady Jeeps being brought to you by Legends Restaurant, across from the Fountain in French Lick. The Orange County REMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, 865-2229. IU Paoli Hospital, the only nationally ranked health system in the state of Indiana. Springs Valley Bank and Trust, offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. Springs Valley Metals, Highway 145, French Lick. And by Smithville Fiber, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers to serve you better. And now, Springs Valley Girls basketball. Let's go courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton and Kelly Smith.
From the Hawks Nest on the SV campus in French Lick, Indiana, this is Springs Valley Girls basketball, where tonight the Lady Hawks return home from a brief two-game road trip as they welcome in their rivals from Dubois County, the Northeast Dubois Lady Chiefs. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kelly Smith as the Lady Hawks look to end a two-game skid, dropping consecutive games on the road, first in overtime to Mitchell on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and then suffering a 31-29 loss to the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, Northeast Dubois, after dropping their first four, have come back and won three straight. That includes an overtime victory over the defending state champions in 1A, Wood Memorial. They opened the streak with a win over Orleans, and most recently had a nice victory over Washington Catholic. Well, as we know, Kelly, from your playing days and your coaching days, it's always a big rivalry. Unfortunately, if you're a Springs Valley fan, you have seen the blue and white win more often than the black and white.
Yeah, definitely have. You know, Dubois has an excellent program and have for many years, and sometimes when that occurs, even if you're the better team, and some years Springs Valley has been, you look across and you see Northeast Dubois on the other shirt, and sometimes it can play havoc. So, you know, this Springs Valley team here tonight is going to have to come out and be focused right from the get-go, and no matter who the opponent is on the other side, just going to have to focus and zone in and give it their best shot.
This is the first of what will be three straight at home for the Lady Hawks. Then after that, because of the unbalanced schedule, 8 of their next 9 will be on the road. So I'm sure Coach Niehaus looking to take advantage of the friendly confines.
Yeah, definitely so. You know, you practice on these rims each and every day, and you want to come in and make the most of these next 3 games, like you said, before you hit that long road streak. And, you know, cold winter nights and on the bus, as long as you have to go to some of these places, is sometimes tough. But I think they're up for the challenge. We got a nice crowd here tonight, and definitely should be a fun contest.
When you were coaching the Lady Hawks, did you feel like this could be a statement game? Because you could obviously, and we saw it last year when the teams hooked up in sectional play, to give maybe a team a little more of an advantage going into the tournament?
You know, I certainly think so. You've got 16 and 17-year girls out on the floor, and, you know, us as coaches may not look at it as quite as big of a game as they do. And sometimes the mental block plays a big factor in basketball, and, you know, this game is important from the standpoint of later on when you see them in tournament play, did you win or did you lose? And sometimes that is a big mindset thing for these kids.
Kelly, the Lady Hawks continuing to struggle with their shooting. We're still early in the season, just 6 games in, but is that starting to be a concern to Coach Niehaus at all?
You know, I think it probably is, but from the same standpoint, she's trying to get these kids to learn the system and learn the things that she's needing them to do, and maybe the shots aren't exactly in the same locations or same spots that they're used to, but they'll get everything in line here, I have no doubt. She's a heck of a coach, and these kids will keep playing hard for her. More practice each and every day, and in practice itself will lead to higher percentages as the season goes.
I thought these Valley girls grew up a lot in the game at Mitchell, even though they didn't prevail, overcoming a lot of adversity. And they're probably going to need that tonight, because this is an experienced Dubois team. They start 5 seniors who've had a fair amount of varsity experience.
Yeah, certainly so. Mitchell was a game where Springs Valley came in and hung with a team that is a very solid basketball team, and that proved to themselves mentally that they can do that, they can compete, and so hopefully they were able to, even though they didn't get one out that night, they were able to compete, and that mindset is here again against a very solid Northeast Dubois team.
All right, Valley looking for just their 3rd win in the last 28 meetings against these Lady Chiefs. They'll try to do that here on the home floor tonight. They're hoping what happened 2 years ago in Valley's undefeated regular season run. They beat the Lady Chiefs by 23. Coming up, it is Spring Valley and Northeast Dubois, but first we'll have our Spring Valley girls report as we're joined by Coach Marty Niehaus in a moment. This is Spring Valley girls basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Alana Nelson. Every dribble, pass, and shot of Lady Blackhawks basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
This is the Springs Valley girls basketball report with head coach Marty Niehaus as the Lady Hawks return home to face Northeast Dubois. Coach, we didn't do the ball game on Tuesday night against Bar Reeve, so if I could, I'd like to step back a game to the Tuesday prior to Thanksgiving against Mitchell. The Lady Jackets having an outstanding year, and I thought the kids really showed a lot of heart, hung tough with them despite being in so much foul trouble, took them to overtime, couldn't pull it out, but I thought the kids had to be proud of their effort.
Yeah, I was pleased with the way we fought to come back. You know, you as a coach, you're always thinking, well, you know, if we would have done this, we would have done that. You see the bad side of things, you know, too. But you know, the kids could not be faulted for effort, that's for sure. And you know, kind of almost surprising the way we were able to hang around with them, considering our foul problems and, you know, some of our mistakes that we made turnover-wise and that kind of thing. But, you know, I thought it just kids showed a lot of heart.
And I know, certainly as a coach, you want to try to extend your bench as much as possible, and this gave a lot of girls an opportunity for playing time. So whether it's baptism by fire or however you want to look at it, I thought a lot of these kids came in and held their own.
They did. You know, I was especially pleased with Marissa's play. She came in and did a nice job when Jewel was in foul trouble, and then ultimately, you know, she fouled out, so Marissa had to finish the game there. Elizabeth is always a stalwart off the bench, and she filled in nicely. We had to kind of, you know, when Leah fouled out, we had to kind of shift people around, and you know, we even kind of had to stick Abby Kendall in there to guard for a little bit, which is not her natural position. So, you know, we had to kind of adjust on the fly there, and the kids did a decent job with that.
Came back on Tuesday night against Bar Reeve, and I know you'd been concerned with the kids' start on your first two road games, and unfortunately that thing reared its ugly head again.
It did. We did not get off to a good start at Bar Reeve. Just kind of out of sync. You know, I didn't think we were playing terribly, but couldn't buy a bucket, and so we just couldn't get any offense going. And you know, ended the quarter, I think, scoring only 4 points, and that's you know, even going against a Bar Reeve team that, you know, really kind of tried to limit. You know, they tried to hang on to the ball for a while and then kind of limit the touches. 4 points, not going to get it. So that was frustrating. And really, you know, I didn't think we played extremely well until late in the third quarter. And you know, for most of the fourth quarter, we upped our intensity and, you know, got ourselves back in that ball game.
Is shooting right now a concern, whether it's from the field or from the foul line? Seems like in a lot of these games you're getting to the line enough, and then the other side of it is, do you feel like the shots the kids are taking are within the context of the offense and good shots?
Yeah, shooting definitely was an issue. Like I said, in the first quarter I thought we took, you know, pretty good shots. There were times in the second and the third quarter where I felt like we were rushing things. The shots were not really within the flow of the offense. Maybe almost borderline panic or something. So that was disappointing to see. But then, like I said, closing out, things got a little bit better again towards the end. But unfortunately, that's when we decided that we finally got the free throw line. There weren't very many fouls called on Bar Reeve, but that was somewhat understandable, due to the fact that they were really packing in their zone. But when we did get to the foul line, then we didn't cash in. We shot 1 for 7 from the foul line last night, and that's very disappointing. So lots of room for improvement there, that's for sure.
Well, you get a chance to kind of erase these last couple of games a bit tonight as you get ready for a Northeast Dubois team that's had mixed success so far. Just talk a little bit about this Dubois team and what you expect to face from them.
Well, Dubois is always a very hard-nosed, scrappy team, and I know that'll be no different tonight. They've got a lot of seniors, so I know they're going to bring it. They, haven't had the most high-scoring offensive output yet either, but obviously they've got great potential. They're very athletic, and the big part of their game is really upping the intensity on the defensive end, trying to force you into turnovers, and then they cash in on easy buckets. So I know that for us to have success, the big key is going to be handling their pressure.
And indeed, conversely, when your girls are on defense, they really try to work the ball around. If you do throw a zone, they like to rotate that ball. And going back to the Alan Madi's days, I thought those were always key. They'd rotate against that zone and get a girl open, it seems like, all the time.
Yeah, you're right. They had good patience back in the day, and always seemed to have somebody that could cash in a shot from that. I can close my eyes and see Dubois Jeeps kids hitting jumpers from the left wing. So, I expect that to be the case again tonight. I know they've got a couple kids that are decent outside shooters, and if you give them enough room, they'll knock them down.
All right, and Coach, as a final thought, this not only being a rival game, of course, but a team you could see later on down the road in sectional play, does that just add a little more importance to this?
Yeah, I think that always just, if nothing else, it just kind of makes the game more intense, makes the rivalry bigger. And so, I think that even if the coaches don't put a huge amount of emphasis on this game tonight, the kids will, the fans will. So, knowing that down the road you're very likely to see them again, and knowing that last year, that was the team that took us out of the sectional, will definitely probably increase the intensity of the game tonight.
All right. Hopefully we can get that turned around. Coach, thanks as always for joining us. Go out and get them tonight.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
And this has been the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report with head coach Marty Niehaus as the Lady Hawks take on Northeast Dubois. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Elizabeth Stimley. Thanks for listening to Lady Blackhawk Basketball right here on Q100.
Joined now by the head coach of the Northeast Dubois Lady Jeeps, Andy Chin. And, Coach, we catch up for the second time in 2 weeks. And when we had you before, it was a home game against Orleans. And ironically enough, that started off a nice 3-game win streak after dropping the first 4. But you got to look at the fact, too, I'm sure, that those first 4 opponents, outstanding teams as well. So good to see the girls on a little bit of a roll right now.
Yeah, Mike, always good to see you. We've we've played well last couple of weeks. I thought we played well against South Knox, and we got beat in that overtime game. And the gears are switching a little bit, and it's been better. So, we got a great opportunity tonight. Try to make it 4 in a row, so we're looking forward to it.
Tell us again a little bit about the personnel of this team. 5 seniors on the squad, and normally they start about every ball game, but what else do you have to go along with that?
Yeah, our 5 seniors have done a really good job, especially the last couple of weeks, really leading our younger kids. We bring Madison Cave. She's a sophomore off the bench. It's her first year playing varsity. She's done well for us. Cameron Simley's a junior. It's her first year playing varsity as well. And, those 2 have really helped us out. And Amberly Jacobs, a sophomore, that's really trying to step up and, get some more minutes. It's been good. Our rotation's been good. Everybody's buying into our system even more. So, the last couple of weeks, as I said, it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Well, indeed, with this being your second year, do you think the girls are a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of understanding your system and philosophy?
Yeah, I think definitely. I've been with those seniors for 4 years, but it's a lot different when you're the varsity coach compared to the JV coach. So, now it's, exactly what we want to do, and they've bought into it. So, as I said, it's been fun. They're still working hard every day, and we still got to get better. It's still early in the year. We can't forget that. It's not even December yet. So, as the months keep flying by, hopefully we keep getting better.
During this little win streak, can you attribute some things you've done out on the floor that has helped out?
Yeah, we've shot the ball well, and we've taken care of the ball. We're limiting our turnovers to close to 10 a game compared to 20, 25 a game, in our losing streak. So, that's been better, just 100% passes and just talking on defense, limiting opponents, knowing the scouting report, and those are all really good things that we've been doing.
I'm sure there are a few teams that you circle on your calendar every year. I assume Springs Valley's one of those.
Oh yeah, definitely. Only 15 minutes down the road from us, and it's a rivalry game. We know that, but it's good to see them now, and then we'll see them down the road in the sectional. But this is always fun. It's always fun coming to this gym, playing in places like this. Our girls really enjoy it.
All right, tell us a little bit about your idea of Marty's team.
This is the first time I've ever coached against Marty, actually. Watching them on film, the kids play hard. She's got some really good young kids, and the Harrell girl is a senior. She's really stepped up when they've had a few girls out. So, we know it's going to be a hard-nosed game, and at the end, we hope the ball bounces our way.
Any specific keys you're looking for out of your girls?
Just we're battling a few. Some of the girls were sick today. It's kind of going around right now. It'll be a good opportunity for us to play through those kind of things and and tough it out. I'm hoping our seniors step up. They love playing in this gym, and it's their last time they'll ever be in here. So we're trying to enjoy it while we can.
All right. As a final thought, Coach, do you believe in the so-called statement games? I guess because you could see this team later on in tournament play, and having a win might be helpful when you get ready again.
Yeah, definitely. It helped us last year. We were lucky enough to beat them twice last year, and I think it helped out that we beat them early in the year, and it just gives you a little confidence down the road. That being said, they're going to get better, we're going to get better, and everybody's going to get better. So, it'll be interesting to see each other 3 months from now.
Coach, thanks for spending time with us. Congratulations on the run.
That is the head coach of the Northeast Dubois Lady Jeeps, Andy Chin, as I had a chance to talk to him prior to the ball game. We're ready to take a look at the starting lineups in the contest as Valley meets the Northeast Dubois Lady Jeeps. Here to give us the rundown, we turn it over to our very own Kelly Schmidt.
Thanks, Mike. For the Jeeps here tonight, coming in with a 3-4 record. They're going to go 3 guards, 2 forwards. For the forwards, a 5'8" senior, Courtney Quinn. At the other forward spot, a 6-foot senior, Alex Dotson. The 3 guard positions, number 10, Addison Denyu. Number 14, Kyla Rashi, and number 33, Claire Mandan. For the Blackhawks tonight, with a 3-3 record, Coach Niehaus brings to the floor a 5'8" junior, number 10, Stevie McNew, who gives the Hawks 14 points a game. At the other forward position, number 12, a 5'9" senior, Alana Nelson. Number 2, Jewel McCormick, a 5'10" sophomore that's leading with 11.8 points a game. At the guard positions, number 11, Leah Penturi, and number 14, Kyra Harrell. And we'll turn it back over to Mike Hamilton for the broadcast.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. Hello again, everyone. The Stars, Craig and Daniel, along with Brad Lincoln, are officials for the contest here. Valley coming out in their home white uniforms with gold numbers, black trim. Northeast Dubois in their traveling blue uniforms, white numbers, white letters, and white trim. Valley moving right to left in the first half of play as Jewel McCormick out jumps Alex Dotson on the tip, and we're underway as Valley will go on the attack first, as it looks like Dubois starting out in a man-to-man. Leah out front, sends it on the right wing now to Harrell. Kyra now to Jewel, flashes out top of the key. Left side, Atlanta on the touch. In low to Kyra, turns, leans in, had her shot blocked away, and then losing it out of bounds was Stevie McNew. Stevie probably would have been best to let that go out of bounds. It would have stayed with the Lady Hawks, and at the last second she tried to grab at it, could not come up with it. So Valley unsuccessful on their first attempt. Now a cutting Tyler Rashi kicks it off to Claire Mansion, who buries a two-pointer. Her foot was on the line, but a good start for the Lady Jeeps as they have drawn first blood. Now we're going to see some 2-2-1 full court pressure. They relinquish as Atlanta gets it into the front court. Leaves it off now for Punturi. Leah bounces away on the right wing to Harrell. Kyra on the hold to Jewel. Works it around to the near side to Atlanta. In low to Kyra once again. Backs her way in, scoops up the shot, and hit the bottom of the rim. Valley doing the right things, but Kyra posting up that time. Had her first shot blocked, and that time she was too far under the goal. So Dubois with a 2-0 lead. Works it in low to Dotson. Kicks it back out to Mansion. Another 18-footer is no good. She got knocked to the floor, no call. Offensive rebound for the Lady Chiefs. Mansion, right side of the arc. Backs it back out. She looks back at second-year coach Andy Chin, who just went over the 500 mark with a win over Washington Catholic this week. A lot of cutting by this Dubois team. They make you play defense, no question about it. Out of the corner, Dotson just airballed a shot, and the rebound pulled out of there by Valley. Quickly into the front court to Stevie. Turns, little fall away, partially blocked. Rebound, Jewel, back up, no good. Jewel fights for it again, puts it up, couldn't get it to go, but she will be on the line twice.
Great job there by Jewel, hitting the offensive board. You know, the Hawks are going to have to make sure that they take every opportunity offensively that they can, and those are two nice offensive rebounds from her.
Alex Dotson nailed on the game's first personal, sending Jewel to the free throw line. And well, she had a tough go of it against Bar Reeve on Tuesday and can't get that one to go, although I like the rotation of the ball. I like the arch, but just not having much results right now. I'm sure that'll change. That one looks long, but it caroms high off the back iron and drops back through, and I'm sure Jewel will take them any way she can get them.
Yeah, we need her to gain some confidence right now, and hopefully that made bucket right there will help that.
2 minutes into the game, 2-1 Dubois lead. There goes Quinn into the lane. Her pull-up jumper comes up short as it kind of nicked the net as it went through, and then Alana Nelson just waited for the ball to bounce out of bounds. She didn't want to risk trying to grab it.
Yeah, Coach Chin didn't like that call. He thought that was a blocked shot, and Valley let the ball go out of bounds, but he thought Dubois should have retained possession.
Atlanta breaks the pressure, dribbles it into the front court, and leaves it off now for Leah. Out between the circles, Punturi slides off the screen, can't get the shot off, works it in low to Jewel, drives in on Dotson, puts up the shot, couldn't get it to go. Well, I still like what Valley's doing. They're really attacking the basket here, Kelly, but just not getting the results they'd like.
Yeah, jumpers aren't going. You got to find a way to get the ball inside. Valley's doing a nice job.
To Quinn, cutting through the lane, her shot wouldn't go, but she'll be on the line twice. Valley's first foul, I think, on Kyra Harrell.
Looks like it. Now the Hawks keep continuing to run those, down screens, pop that guard out, and see if they can't get the ball inside. We've been fortunate to get Kyra a couple shots inside, and they're Jewel, so got to keep continuing to do that.
Courtney Quinn knocks down the first free throw. Averages 4 points per contest. Dubois as a team averages 43. Second one is too hard, but another offensive rebound. The Lady Hawks did not check out. Dotson with the offensive board. And Dubois will get another look. They work it in low to Rashi, baseline to Dotson, brings it out to the wing, picks up the dribble, looks to get rid of it, had it knocked away, but it's picked up by Mansion. Over it comes now to Quinn, to Rashi, driving in, pulls up for a 10-footer, missed it badly, and Stevie there for the board for the Lady Hawks. She'll push it up the floor, kicks it right side to Kyra, 18-footer on the way. Oh, in and out. My goodness, that was way down to the well and dipped back out. How unlucky can the Lady Hawks be as they now missed their first 6 shots. So those shooting woes continuing here in the first half. Bad pass by Quinn, threw it right to Alana Nelson, who gives it to Leah. Throws it ahead, and then she turns it over. Trying to go up ahead to Harrell. Stolen away by Quinn into the front court to Rashi. Takes it in on Jewel, and Jewel bumped her before the shot. And good call. Yeah, they're going to wave it off. The shot went in, but the foul definitely occurred before Rashi put it up. And Jewel will pick up her first, second on the team.
Yeah, right there, Leah makes the forced pass there, turns the ball over. She's got to watch for that long defender. Dubois is known for sending somebody long, and in that possession they did just that, and she didn't get back quick enough.
They swing it around to Rashi, wide open. She airballed it, but the rebound taken down by Claire Mangin, and then Stevie McNew tried to reach in and swat it away, and she gets nailed on a personal foul. So the Lady Hawks struggling here, trying to keep Dubois off the offensive glass. Now off the inbounds, they swing it out front to Denyu, off now to Quinn. Her shot partially blocked, and Alana came up with the rebound, was falling out of bounds, and saved it in underneath the basket to Claire Manchin, who put it up and in for her 4th point, and it's quickly 5-1 Dubois.
Right there, again, Coach Niehaus yelling to get offensive board or get rebounds, and Atlanta did just that, but saved it underneath her own basket.
But again, Lady Hawks getting off to a tough start here. Kelly, just 1 point in the first 4 minutes of the quarter as we see Dubois shifting into a zone, which will allow Kyra to pop a 3 that again spins out. My goodness. Valley didn't. If it weren't for bad luck, Valley wouldn't have any luck at all. There's a up-court pass tipped away by Valley. It'll stay with Dubois. Cameron Stemley's checked in now for the Lady Jeeps. She's a 5'6" junior at 1.4 a game.
Yeah, right here, the Hawks just have to get a defensive stop, get themselves down on the offensive end, and give themselves another opportunity.
Tip pass off the inbounds, but it's picked up by Dotson. Out between the circles, moves it right side to Denyu. So Addison running the point here against this Valley zone. Rashi on the right wing. On the hole, cross-courts it for a long jumper that would not go by Denyu. Tipped around, and Leah comes out of there with it for Valley. Quickly into the front court to Stevie. Pull-up jumper from 10. On the rim and off. Would not go. As Valley continuing to struggle, make it 0 for 8 for the Lady Hawks now from the field.
I like that pass by Leah. We got to get the ball up and get in some transition if we can. See if we can get some quick layups.
I was going to say, Kelly, I think the Lady Hawks getting some good shots.
Yeah, definitely so.
Not getting them to go. They work it down low to Dotson. Blocked away by Jewel. Good job by the Valley sophomore to reject that attempt by Dotson. And Valley down just 4, still looking for their first field goal of the contest. And Dubois playing defense here, and they forced the turnover. They tried to lob it in low to Jewel, and the pass never connected. So Valley woes continuing on the offensive end. 2:18 to go, opening quarter. Valley not doing bad defensively. They've only given up 5 points thus far. Almost a steal by Atlanta, picked up by Rashi. Pull up 12-footer off the back of the rim, and another rebound now for Stevie. And the Lady Hawks want to push it. Stevie into the front court. Kicks it back to Kyra, over to Leah now. It goes back to Kyra.
Right here, I'd really like to see Leah Venturi get some offensive attempts. Take a three-point
here
shot.
Comes the 3. It's a long. The rebound tapped around, and again, Dubois comes out of there with it. 0 for 9 from the field for Valley. Minute 42 to go here, first quarter. On the Sullivan Financial Board, 5-1 in favor of the Lady Chiefs. Denyu dribbling out along the perimeter. Hands off now to Manchin. Claire off the screen to the foul line. Jumps it off to Rashi. Back over on the near side to Dodson. In the lane to Stemley. She drives, kicks it down to the corner to Denyu. And she'll circle it back out. Well, you got to love the patience of this Dubois team. If a shot's not there, they don't try to force anything at all.
They certainly don't. They're a passing team, and they'll take some drive opportunities when they get them, but they're very patient with the basketball.
Here's Manchin on the right side against Kyra. Takes her to the baseline and dribbled it off her foot and out of bounds. Good defense again by the Lady Hawks. Here comes Elizabeth Stemley in now as Valley makes their first substitution. Elizabeth, 5'6" senior, at 3 points per contest. Out goes Stevie McNew. As Valley, with a minute to go in the opening quarter, still looking for their first field goal of the ball game. One free throw, that's been their offensive output thus far by Jewell. And they lob it in low to her. Kicks it baseline to Atlanta. 10-footer, in and out again. What's going on? Valley's had 3 or 4 shots just rattle the rim and just would not drop. And they're at home as well, too. What's
They got to continue to shoot the basketball.
Maybe we
right
need
now.
to change these rims or something. I don't know.
Down 2 possessions, so we got to stay positive, make sure we continue to shoot the basketball.
Right. Well, I think this is a big offensive possession because Dubois is looking to get the ball to start the second quarter so they can keep it to within 4 here. I think it'd be kind of a moral victory. Here's Denyu. 15 seconds left in the opening quarter. Just out dribbling. Token pressure from Leah. Sends it over to Stemley. In low to Mansion, turns on Kyra, a little fall away is good. There, Mansion, big opening quarter's got 6, 2 seconds to go. Here's Leah, he's up a 3. Boy, wouldn't that be ironic if an off-balance 3 goes? It did not, however, and Valley will find themselves down 7-1 after 1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
French Lick, where Valley's still looking for field goal success. They misfired on all 11 of their attempts in the opening quarter. They're down 7-1. Trying to make it 10-1 was Denyu, who missed an offensive rebound. Put back missed by Quinn, but again, Dubois comes out of there with it as they continue to out-hustle, and now Leah with a reach-in foul on Denyu, showing a little bit of frustration from the Lady Hawks right now. Valley starts the quarter with Alana Nelson, Jewel McCormick, Elizabeth Stemley, Leah Funturi, and Kyra Harrell. Now we're going to see Marissa Meehan check in for the first time as timeout called here by Marty Niehaus. Marissa, the 5'11 senior, averaging nearly 3 points per contest. And what will Coach Niehaus need to do to deliver the wake-up call to these girls?
Well, it looks like she's lighting a little fire in them right now. She's not real pleased with the effort on the defensive end, although we've held a good shooting Dubois team to 7 points. That last possession, we had a lot of standing, and so she's right now begging her kids to get a little bit lower, be a little more aggressive. Maybe we can get some steals and some easy transition baskets. When the shot's not going for the perimeter, you got to find other ways to score.
Lady Chiefs start the quarter with Courtney Quinn. Also, Chloe Terwisky making her first appearance of the year. She's a 5'6 sophomore. She's been hurt, is in there now, along with Addison Denyu, and also Madison Cave, their 5'6 sophomore super sub, in the lineup as well. Cave's got it here. Dotson also in there, and now a double dribble called on Cave. Valley players stepped into the passing lane and forced that double dribble, but I don't think Dubois has turned it over too much, have they?
No, they haven't. That's the third turnover of the game for them, but Coach Chin wants Cave to go ahead and take that jumper. That's why she's out there to give him point production.
Lady Hawks with a basketball. There's Alana Nelson deep on the right wing, looking to try to post up Marissa, but they're really packing that zone is Dubois. Here is Kyra, works it around now to Stemley. Elizabeth back to Kyra, swings it around now. Now Atlanta on the touch, drives the baseline, cut off, throws it in low to Marissa, who puts it up from 10, and there, finally, Valley gets their first basket of the contest. Good penetration by Atlanta, and then the kick in on the block to Marissa, who pops home Valley's first field goal after missing their first 11, and they're only down 7-3 with a minute and a half played here in the second quarter. Dotson left wing, kicks it down to the corner to Cave, back to Dotson on the wing, just holds, goes back now to Cave, who had it knocked away, and Kyra is going to get called for a reach-in foul here, and that's going to be 2 on her. Valley not very deep with their bench, so they've got to be careful from that regard.
Yeah, definitely so. I know we saw this foul trouble in the Mitchell game, and we got to make sure that we stay out of it here tonight.
Ball comes into a wide-open Cave, who left it short. Another offensive rebound. This is Denu, who puts it back up and in. And again, if Valley doesn't get that problem corrected here, Kelly, it's going to be a long night for them.
Yeah, that's the 5th offensive board right now for Northeast Dubois. And Coach Niehaus is begging for defense, and she's begging for rebounding right now.
When you're giving teams second and third shots, it hurts. Nice move in low, not finishing was Atlanta, and Marissa had a Dubois player go over her back. Valley comes up with it. That leaves a 3 try by Kyra, no good. Elizabeth with an opportunity, and again, that shot blocked. Looked like there could have been a foul, nothing called, and Dubois comes out of there with it. 9-3 Lady Jeeps, 5.5 to go. Dotson open from the wing, hits. Well, Dubois not having any problems with their shooting. And Valley's got to be careful here. They're starting to fall behind here as they suddenly trail by 8. Here's Elizabeth left wing. Back up top to Kyra. Works it around now to Leah. Gets this zone down to the corner to Atlanta. Turns, hands it back to Leah. Back on the point to Kyra. Now Elizabeth on the touch here on the near side. It's a 3-2 zone, or 1-2-2, however you want to look at it, for the Lady Jeeps.
Right here, Mike, the Hawks have got to get some people a little bit lower on the floor. We're up by the white volleyball line.
And they work it in low. Marissa with a little turnaround, wouldn't go. She kind of split the difference between putting it in and the backboard, and in between it skipped off the flange. 4:38 to go in the half as Denu drives into the lane. Baseline to Dodson, to a cutting Denu, ball knocked away. Now Cave has got it, finally clears it away. Boy, all those 50-50 balls going Dubois' way, and now Leah, a step late on the pass to Denu, has just picked up her second personal foul. So Valley problems continuing here. Leah will come out with her second foul. Also Elizabeth Stemley out. Valley's going to go big here as Jewel back in and Stevie McNew. 11-3 Dubois, 4:20 to go here in the first half. Out front with a basketball is Terwiski. Beats it over now to Manchin. Drives it on Kyra, kicks it back out to Denu for a home run ball that is good. Boy, everything going Dubois' way, and they are starting to run away with this one now. It's 14-3 on the Sullivan board. As the Lady Hawks cannot do anything offensively. Here's Atlanta. Baseline drive, dribbled it off her foot. Right underneath it goes to Stevie. Kicks it back out to Kyra. 3 on the way. No good. And the rebound pulled out of there by Denu, and then she had it knocked away by Stevie. Out of bounds. Well, Stevie picked up that ball as Dubois saved it. I'm surprised she didn't just try to go right back up with it.
It looked like she had an opportunity, but decided to give Kyra the 3-point shot, in and out again. So back on the defensive end for the Hawks.
Out of control, Denu in the lane, had it knocked away, got it back, and then it's taken away by Atlanta. Nice job there as Denu out of control. 3:28 to go in the quarter. Right side pass, Atlanta, in low to Jewel, turns, puts it up and got it. That time her defender gambled on the steal, and that left Jewel wide open. Just Valley's second field goal of the night. It's 14-5. Picking up the dribble is Terwiski, off now to Rashi in the lane, 10-footer, good. Boy, Dubois not missing right now. 16-5. They've hit 4 out of their 7 shots here in the quarter. Back to a double-digit advantage here. There's Jewel, right corner. Up top now to Kyra. Back to Alana. Free throw line to Marissa. Back to Kyra once again. Backs it out on the dribble with 2:42 to go here in the half. And a pass over intended for Stevie, knocked away by Trubisky and out of bounds.
Right here, Coach Niehaus going 2 big lineups. She's hoping that we can get the ball at the high post and do a little high-low action. Got 2 6-footers in there. We hope for that to occur.
But you know, Dubois will pack it back in with that zone. Here is Kyra. Picks up the dribble and she traveled, yep. Unforced error there as the Lady Hawks having a first half they just as soon forget. But, you know, they maybe get it down to 6 or 7 by halftime and then come out maybe rejuvenated here in the second half. Here is Terwisky driving it on Jewel to a back-cutting Rashi for a baseline 10-footer that is no good. And the rebound comes out to Quinn. Yet another offensive rebound. In low to a wide-open Addison Denyu, or check that. That is Amberly Jacob who put it up and in. And another timeout called here by Springs Valley. They're in a bit of trouble here with 2:08 to go, first half. 18-5 on the Sullivan board in favor of the Lady Chiefs. Back with more Springs Valley girls basketball right after this.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
Marty Niehaus having to burn a second timeout to try to get her team going here. They lob it in low. That'll work. Good dump in low from Marissa to Jewel, who gets her 5th point of the contest. Now he just needs a lot more of that.
Yeah, there's that high-low action we talked about, Mike. It's got to happen here these last couple minutes of this half.
11-point Dubois lead. Terwisky dribbles into a double team to Rashi, who takes it in, and she, looks like she traveled with the basketball. The officials are going to bail her out with a foul here on Stevie. Man, I didn't see the foul. I did see the travel.
Right here we got Jewel playing defense on their point guard, so I'm not sure what the situation is there, but we're going to have to make sure that we get that switch before that next possession.
So Stevie becomes the third Valley player. An interesting situation once again as we see it was 15-6 in fouls at Bar Reeve, and here it is 7-1 in fouls. So again, it just continues to make you wonder when two fairly evenly matched teams go at it, that the foul discrepancy can be such as it is.
You know, Mike, Coach Niehaus touched on that in the pregame interview, and that's Dubois is playing a tight packed-in zone right there and not committing a lot of fouls. Unfortunately for the Hawks, they are in their man-to-man.
Rashi got the first of 2 to go, her 3rd point. Valley trails by 12 as we approach 90 seconds remaining second quarter. Nelson, high post to Meehan in low. It tipped off of Jewel, off to Elizabeth Stenley, who couldn't get the shot to go. And now we're going to get a Dubois foul here. I think we're going to get a push on Kyla Rashi.
Yeah, trying to check out on that rebound. Came in a little too aggressive, and officials caught her.
Her first, the team's second. So Atlanta will play it in. Gets it down to the corner to Kyra. Quick 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim. Rebound run down by Atlanta.
Great hustle there by Atlanta.
Yeah. Ooh, and getting hurt on the floor. I think that was Claire Mangin. They were fighting for the loose ball, which was called a held ball. And as Claire apparently released the ball, she spun back around and hit her head on the floor. So she is in some obvious pain here, and you certainly hate to see anybody get hurt in a situation like that. It was simply a basketball play, just the ball loose on the floor, and Alana and Claire both fighting for the loose ball, and then as Claire let go, the momentum swung her back around. So she appears to be okay.
Yeah, definitely got knocked for a loop there. Unfortunately for Springs Valley, we do have an athletic trainer here on staff. Megan does a great job, and so she'll get her checked out. make sure she's okay before she gets back in there.
Does she have the authority to make the determination on concussion protocol?
Yes, she does.
Okay. Well, you always want to play it safe than sorry. No one game is ever more important than the health of a kid.
Right.
So.
You see her down there right now interviewing the kid, making sure that, everything's okay. She's got to have the best of knowledge to put her back out there.
Off the inbounds, tapped around, goes in low to Jewel, posts up. Oh, she got hit on the arm, comes up with the ball, and it's going to get tied up. There was no question that somebody whacked the arm of Jewel that time, and Marty Niehaus can't believe it either. I'm not sure what's going on. I talked to a lot of the kids about the Dubois game. They said same scenario there, how we could be fouled, they don't call it. We just breathe on a player, and they do call it. So, got to play through it, though, and that's what the Lady Hawks are trying to do here. Minute to go, though. Valley trailing by 12. As Denu out front on the dribble. Splits the defense, takes it in. Blocked away by Marissa. And out of there with it comes Elizabeth. And we're going to have a foul called in the backcourt here on Dubois. I think they're going to get Addison Denu on this one.
Yeah, nice rebound there by Elizabeth Stimley. Came out with some authority. Good block by Marissa. Now, right now, Coach Niehaus is looking for some solid defense, and she's got some kids out there playing it right now.
Kyra walks it into the front court, holds up one finger for the play she wants her teammates to run. Here's Alana deep on the right wing, back up top to Kyra, sends it around now to Stimley. Elizabeth back to Kyra. Look on the high post, and you could see Dubois anticipate that, and Valley's going to end up losing the basketball.
Right.
Can't force those passes, and that's a killer every time. And
I think they're looking at the possession area.
I think it should be Valley basketball, because on that scrum there where Claire Manchin got hurt, the ball went, I think, to the Lady Chief. Well, no, it didn't. There was one after that, I think. Yeah, the one in which Jewel got fouled, and they didn't call.
They're going to give it here to the Hawks.
Okay. So 29 seconds left in the half. Valley trailing by 12. Be nice to get this down to 10. They lob it in low to Marissa through her fingertips, but Alana's there. Now down to the corner to Kyra. Back up front to Alana. Swings it around now to Leah, who's back in there. Figure Valley will play for the final shot of the half here. Around now to Nelson. To Leah, swing it around the perimeter. Back to Leah. 9 seconds to go. Over to Alana. Cross courts it to Leah. Drives the lane. Puts up the shot. Let the short rebound. Jewel back up and couldn't get it to go, but with 1.2 seconds left, she does draw the foul. And we'll have two coming as Courtney Quinn hit on the foul, her first. So good hustle again by Jewel.
Great hustle there. Goes to the offensive board and then has the presence of mind to know it's the end of the quarter and I got to put the ball back up. So hopefully she can reward herself with a couple of free throws here.
And that one around good. It just caught enough of the front of the rim to kind of overspin and go. Yeah. I don't know how any other way to describe it. Looks short. That one looks long, but almost got the bounce. And that'll do it for the first half as it bounces off. So on a tough shooting night for the Hawks through 2 quarters of play, they will head to the dressing room trailing here by 11. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard at the break. It is Northeast Dubois 19, the Lady Hawks 8. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Go Springs Valley Basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
Legends Restaurant in French Lick is your ultimate destination for any special occasion you might have. Birthdays, wedding receptions, anniversaries. Legends has the party room, the supplies, and best of all, the great food you need to pull off that perfect event. And it's not too soon to be thinking about their big New Year's Eve bash featuring a live DJ, party favors, and a free toast at midnight. Book your holiday parties now by calling 936-6338. That's 936-6338. Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley Junior Forward Abby Kendall, your power station for Lady Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
And before we start our halftime activities from the Hawks Nest, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Blackhawk and IU Basketball, a winning shot every time. Hear them here on WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kelly Schmidt back at Springs Valley High School, where the Lady Hawks trail by 11 here at the break, down by as many as 13 in that second quarter. And really, Kelly, it's just a matter of being able to put the ball in the hole, and Valley has struggled. I mean, if you're Coach Niehaus, you've given up 19 points through the first half. You have to be delighted with that, but unfortunately, Valley's not even cracked double digits offensively.
Yeah, definitely so. And, you know, the shots sometimes are there and sometimes are not, but Valley's got to continue to move the basketball as quick as they can around that perimeter, get Dubois' zone moving a little bit more than what it's had to. They're making a lot of contacts with bodies on the inside, so we want to go ahead and get the ball inside and see if we can get some easy buckets. But I'd really like to see us tighten up our defense on the half court and really look to get some steals and transition baskets. I think, you know, Leah's definitely fast enough, so is Atlanta. Kyra could jump out there and get a couple of steals as well. And I think if we're a little more aggressive in the half-court defense, the offense will come with it.
Well, here's the way the scoring went through the first two quarters. Leading the way for Northeast Dubois, Claire Manchin. She had 6, but she got injured late in that second quarter. She hit her head in a held ball situation, so we're unsure of her status in the second half. All 6 of those points coming in the opening quarter. Addison Denu had 5. One of her 2 baskets was a three-pointer. 3 points from Tyler Rashi on a basket, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. 2 each from Alex Dotson and Amberly Jacob off the bench, as they each had a basket, and the other point for Dubois coming on a Courtney Quinn free throw. Andy Chin has used Madison Cave, Chloe Terwisky, and Cameron Stemley off the bench. That trio has not scored. So 6 from Claire Manchin leading the way. Dubois only whistled for 4 fouls in the first half. Nobody had more than 1. For Valley, only 2 players have managed to score, and that's their 2 big players. Jewel McCormick has 6 of Valley's 8 on 2 field goals, 2 out of 4 at the free throw line, and Marissa Meehan finally broke Valley's 10-minute field goal drought with a basket in the second quarter. Other than that, Stevie McNew, Alana Nelson, Leah Punturi, and Kyra Harrell all starting, and then Elizabeth Stemley coming off the bench have yet to tally. Hopefully that will change here in the second half. 2 fouls each on Stevie, Leah, and Kyra. Nobody else had more than 1. Dubois led 7-1 after 1, and they outscored the Lady Hawks 12-7 of the second quarter, and they lead by 11 here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard at the half, 19-8. We'll step aside for a quick break and look at the first half statistics when we come back. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley Senior Guard Kyra Harrell, and you are listening to Lady Blackhawks basketball on Q100.
Back at the Hawks Nest here as we look at some first half statistics brought to you by the Sullivan Financial Scoreboard. The Hawks right now down on the scoreboard, 8-19. Looking at some of the shooting percentages as we come in. The Hawks just 3 of 23 from the field, 13%. I know Coach Niehaus is going to look for that percentage to increase this second half. From 2-point range, the Hawks are 3 of 17, 18%, and 0 for 6 from the 3-point line for 0%. From the free throw line, the Hawks have just gotten there 4 times this half, but they're 2 for 4 for 50%. Total rebounds for the half, 14, 4 of those being offensive, and 10 of those being defensive. Turnovers for the Hawks for the first half, just 4, so they're taking care of the basketball like Coach Niehaus needs them to, but we got to make sure we put the ball in the basket. For the Jeeps, they come in for the first half with 7 of 21 from the field, 33%. 2-point range, 6 of 19, 32%. And 3-point range, 1 of 2, 50%. From the free throw line, they're 1 of 2 with 50%. They've had 17 rebounds, 17 total rebounds for the half, 4 of those being offensive, 13 being defensive, and turnovers for the first half for the Jeeps, just 4. As we look at these first half statistics, we'll throw it back to Mike Hamilton for the second half.
All right, 19-8 on the Sullivan Financial Board. Lady Hawks have some catching up to do. Hopefully they'll do it here in the second half. We'll begin the third quarter when we come back. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Third quarter about set to get underway here at the Hawks Nest. Valley trailing by 11. They'll have their original starters out there with Jewel McCormick, Stevie McNew, Alana Nelson, Leah Punturi, and Kyra Harrell. The Lady Jeeps will counter with Cameron Stemley, Courtney Quinn, Kyla Rossi, Alex Dotson, and Addison Denyu. So we see Claire Manchin here, Kelly, remaining on the bench for the Lady Jeeps.
Yeah, and truthfully, I don't even see her on the bench right now. I'm sure she's still getting checked out, make sure everything's okay. Health comes before sport.
Yep. All right, Dubois with the ball to start the third quarter. As they go right to left, Valley will go left to right. Denyu drives it to the foul line, jumps it off on the wing to Rossi, tries around Nelson, puts up the shot. Good job by Jewel to stand her ground and force the misfiring of the shots. And the Lady Hawks with the basketball, and hopefully right off the back, get this thing back to single digits here. Here's Kyra, left side of the arc, looking inside, cross-courts it now to Stevie. Up fakes, drives the baseline, cut off, and threw it away. Right into the hands of Tyler Rossi on the break to the other end. Takes it in and overshot it, but the rebound by Courtney Quinn wouldn't go, but she is fouled. And again, Valley fails to come up with a defensive rebound.
Right there, Stevie trying to create some opportunities offensively, taking a baseline drive. Didn't have a pass back out and was able to turn the ball over for the Hawks. But we got to make sure we get back on defense.
Free throw good, so Lady Jeeps pick up the first point of the quarter. Stemley back in. Kyra Harrell with her third foul back out. Kyra's been getting into some foul trouble. And that free throw good as well. Dubois now 4 of 6 at the free throw line. They've matched their biggest lead of 13, and they turn it over to the Lady Hawks against full court pressure. So third quarter not starting out any better than the way the first two periods went. Here is Denyu out just dribbling. Nobody on her. Now she drives. Takes it to the foul line. Cut off. Brings it back out now to Quinn. Courtney Quinn inside the center jump circle. Hawked out there by Stevie to a cutting Stemley. Almost a steal. Boy, Valley just, again, a step slow. Here's Rashi, drives in, pulls up for a 10-footer, and knocks it down. Tell you, Tyler Rashi doesn't look much like a basketball player, but boy, she gets the job done.
Yeah, she definitely does. You know, right now Dubois is doing a lot of screening, a lot of cutting. They continue to work that middle, and Valley hasn't been able to stop the dribble drive as well.
Valley better hurry. They didn't get across in 10 seconds. Wow.
Doing a lot of passing back and forth, but didn't get the ball advanced in time. Right here, things not going Valley's way, but we got to have some leadership, step up here, continue to work hard, and see if they can get themselves back in this ball game.
Right. Now they're getting schooled big time right now. Dotson on the right wing, looking inside, trying to post up. Rashi said they go off to Quinn, who drives it all the way down the lane, missed the shot, and the rebound grabbed by Alana Nelson, and they'll finally call a foul here on the Lady Chiefs, and I think they got Courtney Quinn on this personal foul, trying to fight Alana on the rebound. Now let's see if Valley can do a better job. They've got to figure out a way to bring this ball up. They throw it to midcourt, off to Jewel, heading out to Stevie. She'll take it in, throw up the runner, missed it. Rebound tipped out long, picked up by Courtney Quinn. She lost it. Now Jewel's got it, sends it over to Stevie. She drives it in. She had it blocked. Jewel picks it back up, and as she tries to put back, couldn't get it to go, but she will be on the line twice. And that's the best hustle I've seen out of Valley so far tonight.
Yeah, right there. The ball's loose a lot of times, and they went after it and got it. Something that's got to continue the rest of this game, especially when you find yourself down 8-23 on the scoreboard.
Alex Dotson on the foul. It's Jewel back to the free throw line, and that was a beautiful free throw as it settles nicely into the net. She's got her 7th point. Second one on its way, and this time off the back of the rim, and Quinn able to grab the rebound. So Jewel 3 out of 6, so a little better shooting than what she's done the last couple of ball games. 23-9 though, Valley still down 14. Here's Rashi, kicks it out now to Denyu, who misses the 3, and Stevie turned to block her out, stuck her rear end into her, and it's going to get nailed on the foul. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, you know, I think she did force into the shooter. She's got to give her space to come back down. She didn't quite do that, but right there we got to make sure that we close out with a high hand and make sure that we turn and get the closeout after she hits the floor.
So Stevie's got her 3rd foul.
Right now, I think what impresses me most about Northeast Dubois is each and every girl looks to be an offensive threat. They all look to be scorers, and right now Valley's got to find that same presence on our offensive end. We've got some girls stepping up and able to put the ball in the basket and looking for offense aggressively, and some others that aren't quite getting there. So.
And Denyu hit all 3 free throws. Wow, she's got 8 points, and Valley's suddenly down 17. And a tip pass here, and what do we have? They're going to give it to Valley. Dubois was saying it was a double deflection, and Valley was the last to touch it, but fortunately for the Lady Hawks, they need every break they can get right now. 5:35 to go. They're down by 17. They still haven't cracked double figures on the scoreboard. Here is Nelson down to the corner to Leah. Back to Stevie out of the corner. Jump shot on the rim and off. Ball loose. Oh, nobody looked for it. Elizabeth, it was right under her, and she wasn't even looking. into the front court, a pass over the head of Kyla Rossi, and out of bounds, one of the rare Dubois turnovers tonight.
Right here, the Jeeps are allowing the ball to get to the middle on the press. Going to Jewel. We got to turn and look opposite, see if we can't create something on the other end.
Here is Alana, gets it ahead now to Leah into the front court. Got bumped, lowers it down the lane underneath to Elizabeth, who lays it up and in. There we go. Finally, Valley able to crack the full court pressure and get the numbers there in their favor on the other end.
Like we need that full court speed from Leah each and every possession.
In low, Rashi turns. May have gotten away with a travel, missed that one badly. And Elizabeth out of there with it. Valley's not put back-to-back baskets together as Leah down the lane had it blocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Hawks. Here comes Madison Cave and Chloe Terwitzky back in now for the Lady Jeeps. 26-11, Valley within 15. They trail by 11 at halftime. Ball comes into Jewel, baseline shot, left it short, and the rebound, they're going to call it travel. I think two Dubois players had it. Dotson and Terwitzky both came down with it. Either one would relinquish it, so Valley gets a break there. Let's see if they can cash in. It comes into Leah. Her shot blocked away, and we're going to get a foul on the Lady Jeeps. Chloe Terwitzky is going to pick up this foul. That is her first, and Leah Punturi to the free throw line to shoot a pair. She looks for her first point to the night. And that one bounces off the front of the rim. Abby Kendall will come in now for the first time for Valley, a 5'7" junior. And Stevie saddled with some foul trouble. She and Kyra each have 3. The second free throw is perfect. So she's got her first point. And Valley down 26-12. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Terwitzky into the front court. Reverses the dribble against Emily. Picks up the dribble. Jumps it off now to Cave. Off now to Rashi. Fakes. Drives it down the lane. Pulls up. Blocked away by Jewel. Good job. As Alana comes out of there with it. Ahead now to Leah. She roars it into the front court. Skips it off now to Abby Kendall, who had it knocked away. And Dubois comes out of there with it.
I like the quickness there by Valley, though, trying to get down the floor as quick as they can.
Terwitzky hands off to Rashi in the lane. Dumps it down low to Dotson. Out of the wing now to Terwitzky again. Moves it through the lane. Jumps it off now to Rashi. Fakes the pass, and she moved her pivot foot. Actually, that was Addie Denyu. And again, Valley created that by jumping into the passing lane. And Denyu tried to hold up her pass, but moved her pivot foot in the process. Stevie back in there now. There's Abby Kendall out. 3:45 to go, third quarter. Valley trailing by 14. Bounce pass right side to Stevie. Down to the corner it goes to Jewel. Back to Leah, lobs it in low on the catch to Jewel. Puts it up, couldn't get it to go, but does draw the foul. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'm not really sure, but if you isolate on Jewel, you see she's getting banged around all over the place, and how they don't call fouls is beyond me. They did call that one, and Jewel will be on the line after the timeout. I think it's going to be a 30-second. Nope, they're going to call it a full. So that gives us a chance to take a break. 26-12 on the Sylvan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Dubois with the lead. We'll return with more Lady Blackhawks basketball in just a moment.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
Lady Hawks playing their rivals from Dubois, down by 14 here. As Addison Denyu, I thought they put it on Chloe Terwitzky. I guess they put it on Addie Denyu. At any rate, Jewel to the free throw line to shoot 2. 3:35 to go here in the third. As Jewel's first free throw, nothing but the bottom of the net. And we were just commenting during the timeout, Kelly, how Dubois was called for only 4 fouls in 16 minutes in the first half, and how in 4.5 minutes here they can be whistled for the same amount of fouls. Again, inconsistency when it comes to the officiating. Nothing really much has changed. But what has changed is Jewel finally hits both ends of her 2-shot foul. She's got 9 of the ball game, and Valley to within 12. And low Dotson blocked away by Jewel. She comes out of there with it, and a foul called here on the Lady Chiefs. Now, I think Andy Chin is complaining here, Kelly, that Valley doing a lot of swinging with their elbows, but it's also to try to get Dubois off. If the officials aren't going to call fouls when Dubois stays back and stays on them, then that's all Valley can do to try to protect the basketball.
She wanted to make sure she held on to that possession, and she certainly did.
Chance for Valley to cut it to 10, maybe 9 with a 3 here as they are continuing to battle. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Landed out of the corner, out of the wing to Leah, off now to Stevie. She drives it, and she dribbled into a jump ball. It'll stay with the Lady Hawks, but Stevie has been Valley's leading scorer, and they have really frustrated her tonight, no question about that. In low, a bad pass by Leah, as again Dubois anticipating those entry passes, and sometimes they just don't work, and Valley ends up turning it over. Out front, here's Terwiski, drives around Stemley into the lane, cut off, tries to feed it down low, it's knocked away, and Stevie comes out of there with it, and another Dubois foul. You know, it really makes you wonder, where were these fouls in the first half of play? Dotson will pick up her third. That is already the 6th team foul. Whistle on Dubois, and they only committed 4 in the entire first half. We've played just 5.5 minutes of the third quarter.
Now, Dubois is getting pretty scrappy here this half, like you said, but Valley's doing a better job of attacking the rim, getting the ball inside a little bit more to Jewel on those pick and rolls when we're rolling Stevie to the corner, and we're able to get some shot opportunities from the free throw line.
Leah to Marissa. Baseline, it comes to Atlanta. Out front to Leah. Back to Atlanta. Lobs it in low to Jewel. Got bumped. Puts it up anyway and hits it. And again, she got hit on the arm. And again, they just will not call that foul. But Lady Hawks on a 7-0 run. That 17-point lead a few minutes ago has been whittled to 10. So you got to like the scrappiness of this Valley team. They're hanging tough. Out front, Terwiski looks. Flashes out now to Quinn. Out beyond the arc, moves it off now to Denyu with 1:55 to go here in the third. Now, Rashi with the touch. Wide open for a 3. Looks good. It is good. Wow. And that's just seniors stepping up big time.
Yeah, that's a big shot right there. Beautiful form. Steps up and doesn't hesitate. And that's what Valley has to do on our end now.
Atlanta posting up Marissa, who overshot the goal, trying to post up. And now Dubois trying to weather the storm, gets it back here with 1:28 to go in the third quarter. 29-16, Lady Chiefs. Down the lane goes Terwiski, hands off to Rashi in the lane. Pull up 10-footer short, rebound grab by Jewel. This time, Dubois does not stay back to contend. Here's Leah, roars it down the lane, the little floater off the glass and good. Leah with that little extra burst gets her first basket and third point. And Valley within 11 now at 29-18. So they've increased their offensive output each quarter so far. Boy, again, I'm trying to figure out why Jewel's out on their point guard, Chloe Terwiski here.
You know, that happened the first half as well, and Valley never got it changed. I thought it was something that they would address at halftime. It looks like
in the lane it goes to Matt. Blocked away by Jewel again. Picked up by Stevie. 37 seconds to go. Stevie up the right side, slows it down, and they're going to call her for a palming violation, which I think if she just grabbed the ball, she would have been all right, but she tried to bounce it again, and I think they're going to...
said, at that point you got to jump stop, pick that ball up, and make a good pass to your teammates. But Valley turns it over, got to dig in deep here, 34.7 seconds to go in this quarter. We want to make sure we don't get any further behind than what we are right now as in 11.
Yeah, which was the deficit at halftime. So can Dubois ran it up as high as 17, and Valley's battled back. So they are showing signs of trying to come back, and now Dubois has spread the floor, and with 17 seconds to go, they'll play for the final shot of this third quarter. Trubisky being hawked out there by Stemley. Got to be a 5-second count. She traveled with the basketball. Yep. Took an extra step before the pass. Good defense out along the perimeter by Elizabeth.
Yeah, their Valley gets it changed. They got Elizabeth out on the point guard in that possession. She almost drew a 5 count, but drew the travel instead.
10 seconds to go. Here is Kyra into the front court with 6, with 5. Oh, dribbled it off her foot. Fight for the loose ball. Yes, let's get the jump ball. That's perfect because it'll go to Dubois. They'll only have 2.1 seconds to go, 3/4 the length of the court, and that'll mean Valley will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. So even if you couldn't get points, you'll get the possession arrow to go your way.
As shooting, they might make this shot, Mike.
There's a tip pass, batted around, picked up by Jewel, and she can't get the shot off before the third quarter ends. After 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard here at the Hawks Nest. Lady Teeps lead the Lady Hawks 29-18. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Go Springs Valley Basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
This is Springs Valley senior guard Kyra Harrell, and you are listening to Lady Blackhawks basketball on Q100.
With Kelly Schmidt and our statistician McKenna Purley, Mike Hamilton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where Valley uses the alley-oop to begin the fourth quarter in perfect fashion. The lob into Jewel, who puts it in for her 13th point of the contest, and Valley continuing to battle. They have trailed by as many as 17 in this game. They have battled back to within 9 here in the first minute of this final quarter. Manchin in low, ball tipped away, but picked up by Denu, and then a reach-in foul will go here on Leah. That'll be her third. Leading scorers through 3 for Dubois, Addie Denu and Tyler Rossi, 8 each for Valley. Jewel now with 13 with that basket a moment ago. And nobody else has more than 3 for the Lady Hawks. Tyler Rossi on the floor with Addie Denu. Also Amberly Jacobs back in there, Courtney Quinn, and Alex Dodson.
Well, it looks like they're going to jump into this 2-3 zone, but Dubois has decided to pull the ball out. They're just running some little weave sets, so either we're going to have to come out of this zone and be a little more aggressive, or we're going to have to match up man-to-man.
The lob in low to Amberly Jacob. It is knocked away. Valley starts the quarter with Elizabeth Stemley, Kyra Harrell, Jewel McCormick, Leah Punturi, and Alana Nelson.
It looks like we're going to match up man-to-man here.
Quinn looking to get it in, lobs it into Rashi, tipped away, loose, and it's going to shoot out of bounds, and they're going to say Leah was the last to touch it. Again, I believe just in the last few years they brought up deflections and 50-50 balls, and I think those are kind of the understated big keys of any ball game. There's a ball knocked away, stolen by Atlanta. She's on a break to the other end. Oh, she lost the handle going up. Oh, my goodness. She had the breakaway and just lost the ball as she was trying to go up. That, Kelly, would have cut it to 7 and really gotten things interesting.
Yeah, you see Atlanta get popped in the face down here on the other end. She's trying to hold back tears. Does a heck of a job defensively, gets herself down the floor for a possible layup and put her team within 7, but unable to connect.
Valley's going to apply some full court pressure. They throw it ahead to Dotson, knocked away, loose on the floor. Now it's picked up here by Jacob or Dodson, and she just lost it all out of bounds. This time Valley, the aggressors, a little bit. And Dubois fans complaining they thought that Dodson got fouled. Nothing called, and Dodson ended up losing it out of bounds, so Valley gets it. And again, the chance to whittle, cut into this lead. Here's a jump shot that comes up short. And good job here by Jewell. The ball was going out of bounds, and Jewell jumped and was able to save it and bounce it off a Dubois player and out of bounds. Kyra will play it in. Looking, lobs it in low to Jewell, turns, puts up a wild shot. Couldn't get it, tried to draw the foul. And then Alana reaches in and picks up the foul as Dubois tried to go back the other way.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness here by Valley. It's something that Coach Niehaus has talked about. We've fallen behind early, and we've came back late and made games tight. Looks like that's something that they're trying to do right here.
Now the Lady Chiefs will take a 30-second timeout with 6:17 remaining here in the fourth quarter on the Sullivan Financial Board. Dubois still leading by 9 at 29-20. Lady Chiefs won the JV contest earlier this evening by a score of 46-19. Valley squad dropping to 0-4. Again, they've not played that many. This is the 7th varsity game here. But again, due to some teams not having JV, it kind of puts those younger kids at a disadvantage. Don't forget, we'll have the Springs Valley boys. They're back in action, and this is kind of a mini rivalry week, I think, Kelly, with Valley girls playing Dubois, and then Valley meeting Orleans tomorrow night up at the Doghouse.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Leisman's excited to get that next conference game going, and his team's been playing well.
All right, again, Valley with full court pressure into the front court to Dodson. Goes into the double team, taken away by Jewell. Oh, what a clean steal, and they call a foul. My goodness sakes alive. You know, one thing I've noticed about Marty Niehaus, he's most of the time not very demonstrative, and she's not here, but man, oh man, that looked like a clean steal by Jewell. Instead, that's her second, and the team's 5th.
She knows right now she's got to coach her team up and see if they can get some opportunities.
There's Tuwiski to Rossi out of the corner. Denu for 3. Airball that one. Put back up by Quinn. No good. And they're going to get Jewell on the foul. And sometimes when you're in that zone, Kelly, we know how tough it is to find players to block out. And Valley struggled with that tonight.
Yeah, Dubois definitely hit the offensive boards. Quinn comes up with another one here tonight. She's been big on the boards for Dubois so far. I think she's ended up right now, I have her for 9 rebounds total.
Right. Dubois finally missed a free throw. They'd hit 5 straight in the third quarter. That one is off target. And another rebound for Jewell. So it stays a 9-point Dubois lead. Still plenty of time. 5:45 remaining. Here's Jewell out on the right wing. Clears it away to Leah. Swings it around now to Kyra. There's the lob in low, and again, Valley just trying to force that pass. And it never connected as Dubois again just packing it back. Here's Quinn, drives it in on Elizabeth, who got over late. Is going to commit the foul. That'll be her first. And it was 6-2 and team fouls at 1 point, but now it's 6 apiece. So this will be out of bounds. Or is this, no?
7.
Oh, no, I do count up 7. Yep, it is a 1-1. So Quinn was just up there and missed 2 after hitting 3 of her first 4, and that one goes. So again, you hate to see that. I mean, you got to figure Dubois is going to score eventually, and Valley's let 4 or 5 possessions with that deficit at 9 without scoring. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Lady Hawks. 5:33 left. 30-20 on the Sullivan Financial Board. Dubois with the lead over the Lady Hawks. Back with more Springs Valley girls basketball in just a moment.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
Valley down by 10. Their shooting continues to struggle here. Just 6 out of 31 through 3 quarters, just 19%. You know, Kelly, if they just hit 4 more field goals, that'd only bring their percentage up to 30, but it'd be a 2-point game right now.
Definitely would. You know, it's a very low-scoring game. Valley's done a heck of a job defensively at times, but got to make sure we're able to put the ball in the basket, and that just hasn't happened here tonight.
Quinn hits both free throws. The lead back to 11. Stenley, left side of the arc. Cross-courts it now to Leah. Fakes the 3. Now moves to her left. Launches the 3. Nope, it's just the 2. She had her foot on the line. So Leah's got 5, but good to see the Lady Hawks heating up. Again, it's a 9-point game. Denyu into the front court now for the Lady Chiefs. Off now to Quinn. High post, it comes off to Dotson to a back-cutting Denyu, who puts it up and got it. Nice play that time as the Lady Chiefs ran that one to perfection, and Denyu got it back to her layup. 33-22, back to an 11-point Dubois lead. Oh, bad pass again, stolen away. Here's Terwisky on the break, puts it up and got it. As Valley forcing passes once again, and all of a sudden Dubois back up to a 13-point lead. Kyra on the right side. Free throw line to Elizabeth. Off now to Leah. Thought about the 3. Nope, they go to Kyra out of the corner. Her 3 on the rim and off. And the rebound tapped around, grabbed by Atlanta. Looks to get it out of trouble. Circles it back out front. 4:15 remaining. As Valley down by 13. Right wing pass comes off to Jewel, who flashes out. Off now to Leah. Bounces away to Kyra. Oh, very flat on the trajectory on that three-pointer. Didn't even draw iron. Dubois comes out of there with it. And then the ball knocked away. It'll stay with the Lady Chiefs.
Yeah, I think Kyra was trying to lob that ball there to Jewel. But,
maybe so, yeah.
It was I guess a trick play, but
half-hearted
it didn't quite get there.
No, not at all. Halfway through the fourth quarter, and another timeout called here by Andy Chin as Dotson had it in the front court and was close to a 5-second count. So he'll take a 30-second timeout with 3:54 remaining. Dubois with a 13-point lead on the Sullivan Financial Board at 35-22. So again, we see no quit in these Lady Hawks, but it's a situation here where they just run out of time, and when you get off to tough starts like Valley did tonight, and that's starting to become a trend, so you just wonder if that's going to become a little worrisome for Coach Niehaus.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a point of emphasis that, you know, we got to start as soon as the ball goes up. Valley able to control the tip tonight when Jewel goes up and gets it, but since that tip, it took quite a while for the Hawks to get rolling. Like you said, some poor shooting, lacked on defense a little bit there in that first half. They've come alive here a little bit more in the second half, but got to be able to put that together in the first 16 minutes.
Yeah, and their schedule gets really, really tough even after this one. Oh, wide open is Addie Denyu down low. Valley gambling on the steal, and Denyu with a wide open basket. And looks as though the Lady Chiefs are going to survive the comeback attempt here by Valley. Valley was able to cut a 17-point lead down to 9, but that was about it. Long shot by Stemley, and that one blocked away by Dubois and out of bounds. Husband Nick coming by with daughter Brinley to say everything's okay.
Looks like they're calling it a night.
We appreciate the sacrifice he makes, by the way, Coach, to allow you to come on and do the games with us.
It's definitely his night tonight.
Here is Leah down to the corner, lobs it in low to Jewel. Leans in, puts it up, couldn't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Lady Hawks.
I like the aggressiveness there by Jewel. She makes a nice turnaround. We got to get her body square a little bit, but she's playing a lot more aggressive offensively, going after those boards as well, and she's been a big asset to us so far this season.
Valley to play it in, comes into the corner to Stevie. She drives in, puts it up from 10, left it short. Rebound to Atlanta, back up, no good, but does draw the foul.
Another hustle play by Atlanta. I tell you what, that kid's known for her hustle in each and every sport that she does, and tonight's been no different. She may not come up with a lot of offensive opportunities for us, but she definitely leads us by example.
Alex Dotson, her 4th foul, and Atlanta looking for her first points of the night. Will shoot 2, first of which is up and good. The Valley's done a lot better job at the line tonight, Kelly. 7 of 11 at the stripe. They were just 1 of 7 against Bar Reeve.
Right.
But they're still down 14 with just 3:16 remaining. Second one on its way. Perfect. 37-24. As Valley again applying full court pressure. Comes into Denyu. She runs the floor and takes it to the wing and then circles it back out. What a good, smart team does. They know how to execute, use the clock to their advantage. Speed down low to Quinn. Backdoor to Tyler Rossi, who couldn't get it to go. And the rebound grab by Jewell. 2:55 to go. Marty Niehaus says, push it up the floor. Here's Kyra on the right side. Bounces away to Kyra. Jump shot from 10 would not go. And a really tough night here for Kyra. She will shoot 2 here as this foul will go on Chloe Terwisky. That'll be her third.
Tell you, Mike, this Dubois team is no different from the past, and that is they move well without the basketball. They all look to be offensive threats, and they make good decisions and good choices. And tonight they've definitely proven that that's the same type of mentality that they're going to have this season as well.
Free throw good by Kyra, so she is off the snide with her first point. Second one on its way, would not go, and Terwisky the rebound. The Valley down 12, 2:40 to go. Terwisky not yet across the 10-second line, got away with a travel, and manages to get it off to Rosh. He'll cross-court it now to Quinn, and looks like they'll try to use more clock, although they work it into Stemley, who missed it. Rebound grab, though, by Addie Denyu, who's really taken over this basketball game here in the late stages, and she'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, she used her quickness right there, got a nice offensive rebound and put back, and goes to the line to try to get another opportunity for a point.
Jewell called on the foul. And the free throw by Denyu is good. 14 for Addison Denyu. 40-25. Lady Chiefs with 2:22 to go. They have put it to the Lady Hawks here tonight. And in Valley's defense, had they gotten some early shots to fall, I think it would have changed some things. Here's a quick three thrown up by Leah. That's an error ball. And it'll be out of bounds to Dubois. So Valley kind of grasping at straws now.
Going to continue to apply that full court pressure, see if they can get some steals.
Ball comes into Terwisky. Ahead it comes now to Rossi, and she traveled with the basketball. Tried a little skip pass, but shuffled her feet before that.
She knew it right away. She was looking for the best opportunity, and she was definitely giving it to their team, but moved the feet.
Stevie back in. Elizabeth out as Valley going offense for defense, or defense for offense, I guess. Lee into the front court against the zone. Off now to Kyra on the right side. They leave her open, so she'll pop the three, and again, it's just been a long night for Kyra. She is now 0 for 9 on the night. And there's another travel here, so Valley forcing some turnovers, but again, Kelly, just abysmal here offensively tonight, and hopefully this will be the exception more than the rule as the season moves along.
Yeah, and you look out there right now, we've got some down heads, we've got some kids that are upset with their performance, but you got to find ways to bounce back. Like Coach Chin says, it's not even December yet, and so you've got to find these kids some positives and some strength and make sure that they get back full force the next game.
Stevie lobs it in low to Marissa, throws up a wild shot, no good, and the rebound pulled out of there by Dubois. Out of the final 90 seconds in this one. Dubois will win their fourth in a row. Valley will drop their third in a row. Here's Rossi out of the corner for three. Boy, when it rains, it pours. And just like that, Dubois, after Valley had cut it to 9 at 31-22, they've gone on a 12-3 run. And put this one away. There's Stevie looking for her first basket, can't get it. So Stevie had combined 0 for 6, so two of your best players are combined 0 for 15 tonight, and that's just not going to get the job done. So a cutting K back out to Rossi with under a minute to go. Dubois will even their record at 4-4. Valley will drop to 3-4, having lost their third straight. And like I said, with the teams on their schedule here coming up, They've got Lagodi, who's having a solid year. There's a steal by Leah, just stripped it away from Denu, and then as Leah tried to bring it back the other way, Denu reaches in and commits a foul. So it's Lagodi, followed by Linton, and Linton, I think, at last check, I think they had lost just one game. And then Bloomfield, which Ron Knepp always does a great job over there. That'll be on the road, and then December the 16th will be their rival game with Orleans.
Yeah, tough stretch here for the Hawks, but hopefully they're able to put some things together here in these next few practices and come out prepared for each of those games.
Leah's free throw is good, and again, or if there's one good thing to take out of this one is that the Lady Hawks have dropped in their free throws here. I'm sure they'd rather have some of those field goals go. That one is no good, and dribbling it off her foot and out of bounds was Courtney Quinn, so Allie will get another crack at it.
Yeah, Jewel hustles after that ball. There's only 36 seconds to go. She knows her team's not going to win, but she's still trying to fight and get every possession she can.
Yaya in the game now for the Lady Hawks. Yesenia Gilmore. As they lob it into Jewel for the catch and couldn't get that one to go. Courtney Quinn the rebound. We're down to the final 30 seconds in this one. I don't think Valley's going to bother fouling now. Abby Kendall also back in here for the Lady Hawks. So a tough shooting night for Valley. They get down early and were able to cut a 17-point lead down to 9 at one point, but the well ran dry a little too often, and the Lady Chiefs will come out of here with their third straight victory and make it 26 out of the last 28. 1 second to go, and that'll do it. Another tough night for the Lady Hawks, and they'll have some time to think about this one before they welcome in the Lagodi Lady Lions coming up here on Tuesday night. Final in this one on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Northeast Dubois 43, Springs Valley 26. Back to recap this one in a moment. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
WFLQ.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
You need gadgets. For that one-stop shopping destination for routers, flash drives, cables, smartphones, TVs, and more, search no longer. Our technology-powered by Smithville store is conveniently located in downtown French Lick at 505 South Maple Street. If you prefer to shop online, browse our online store at smithville.tech. That's smithville.tech. Getting what you need is just a click away. That's smithville.tech.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Leah Venturi. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for the Lady Blackhawks basketball.
Back again at the Hawks Nest here in French Lick, where the friendly confines for the Lady Hawks, not so friendly tonight. The rims turning rather evil on this Valley squad tonight. They just couldn't buy it tonight. Not really too bad a job defensively, as I think the defense really kept them within range. And give them credit, at one point they cut a 17-point lead down to 9, but just didn't have enough down the stretch to pull this one out and drop another one to their arch rivals.
Yeah, the Hawks came out and poor shooting the first quarter, and when that happens, a lot of times that becomes a mental factor, and with kids this age, it's sometimes hard to break back. Give them a lot of credit. They came back, especially that third quarter, really got the ball, I think, within 10 at one point, had a steal, missed the layup, but just couldn't get any closer at that point.
You had to feel you had Dubois in a good position. They played their first game of the year on the road, 6 straight at home, so they had not been on the road since their first game of the year, but they acted like this was more the Jeeps gym than the Hawks Nest.
Yeah, just watching their scores here, the past few wins that they've had, they've definitely stepped up their play, and what I think I saw more tonight than what I saw from Dubois earlier in the season when I watched them was they had a lot better passing. They were able to move and cut without the basketball, and they're definitely a team that all 5 girls on the floor are looking to shoot, and that was no different here tonight. They definitely look for their offense, and we got balanced scoring here again tonight, and that's key as a coach coming in.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring. The Lady Jeeps now 4-4 on the year, 1-1 away from home, as they have now won 4 straight. Andy Chin uses 9, and all but 2 of those are able to tally with 2 in double figures. Addie Denu, really a strong effort tonight. Her 7 points in the fourth quarter, part of her game-high 15, making sure that Valley would not complete the comeback. Tyler Rashi, averaging 13 a game, finishes with 11 tonight. Claire Manchin picked up 6, although she did get hurt in the second quarter. Hit her head on the floor diving for a loose ball. Did not return. It didn't make any difference. 5 points from Courtney Quinn, and they got 2 each from Alex Dotson, Amberly Jacob, and Chloe Terwisky. Only Madison Cave and Cameron Stemley played for the Lady Jeeps, did not tally. So 15 from Denu, 11 from Rashi, pacing the attack. For Springs Valley tonight, Jewel McCormick, far and away the leading scorer. She had 13. Didn't do badly at the free throw line. She was 5 out of 8 to go along with her 4 field goals. Leah Punturi ends up with 6, 2 baskets, 2 out of 4 at the free throw line. But that only 7 more points from 4 other players. Alana Nelson, late in the game, hit a pair of free throws. Elizabeth Stemley had a third quarter basket, and Marissa Meehan actually got Valley's first field goal 2 minutes into the second quarter. So Valley went 10 minutes of this contest before they hit their first field goal. Kyra Harrell added the extra point, or the other point for Valley on 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Stevie McNew frustrated all night long. You could tell the Lady Jeeps were focused on her, and they held her in check as Stevie failed to score in the game here tonight. Also, Abby Kendall and Yesenia Gilmore saw action tonight for Marty Niehouse's squad, but failed to tally. So 13 out of Jewel tonight, leading the way for Valley, and even at that, the Lady Jeeps with that packed-in zone made it tough on her. 7-1 Dubois after 1. They led 19-8 by halftime. It was 29-18 after 3, and the Lady Jeeps go on to the 17-point victory as Valley drops to 3-4 on the year. Now 2-2 here at home. They've dropped 3 straight, and certainly the schedule does not get any easier, especially here for the next couple of ball games. We'll take a quick break and come back and look at our game statistics when we return. In the final on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Dubois over Valley 43-26. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick. where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Legends Restaurant in French Lick is your ultimate destination for any special occasion you might have. Birthdays, wedding receptions, anniversaries. Legends has the party room, the supplies, and best of all, the great food you need to pull off that perfect event. And it's not too soon to be thinking about their big New Year's Eve bash featuring a live DJ, party favors, and a free toast at midnight. Book your holiday parties now by calling 936-6338. That's 936-6338. Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Colon cancer. It's called the silent killer because it usually has no outward symptoms until it's too late. A colonoscopy is the best way to detect and remove precancerous polyps. Screening helps save lives. If you are age 50 or older, talk to your doctor and get your colonoscopy scheduled at IU Health Paley Hospital. Colon cancer can be prevented. Commit to health and get checked.
This is Springs Valley Senior Center Marissa Meehan. Don't miss a second of the action at the Lady Blackhawks basketball by keeping it tuned here to Q100.
43-26, Dubois a winner over Springs Valley tonight on the Sullivan Financial Board. While we're waiting for Coach Niehaus to come up, let's peruse quickly through the game statistics. It's a night Valley would just as soon probably forget. Just 18% tonight, 8 out of 44, 8 of 36 from two-point range, and misfired on all 8 of their three-point attempts here tonight. And hopefully we don't see another shooting night like this.
Yeah, you know, when you have a shooting night like that, you're playing a very solid Dubois team who is very patient on the offensive end, controls the time and the pace of the game a lot. It's hard to make a comeback. And so you got to give Dubois a lot of credit. They were able to hit shots, control the tempo of this game here tonight, and Valley just definitely on the offensive end struggled.
They did better at the foul line, 10 out of 16 for 63%, so that is a positive sign. Dubois, they didn't shoot that great, but much better than Valley, actually twice as good. They were, Valley, as we said, 18%, Dubois 36% tonight on 14 out of 39. They didn't take a lot of threes, but they were pretty accurate when they did, 3 out of 5. 9 of 13 at the free throw line for 69%. Pretty even on the boards for the most part, 26 for Valley with 10 off the offensive glass, and Dubois had 28 boards tonight with 9 off the offensive glass. A fairly livable turnover figure tonight for Coach Niehaus, 11 giveaways tonight, but Dubois also did a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball as we expected they would. They had 11 as well. Well, let's bring in Coach Niehaus now, and Marty, I know from a shooting standpoint, this isn't going to make the highlight reel, I don't think, tonight, but the kids battled. It just couldn't get shots to go.
No. At one point, I think we had in the first quarter, that's not going to get it done. I felt like the shots we took were decent shots for the most part. I don't know how many rimmed in and out in that first quarter, but once that starts happening, I think it starts to kind of mess with your head, mess with your confidence a little bit, and then it just seemed like we couldn't get anything to fall. Credit Dubois. I think I was kind of surprised to see the man-to-man the first little bit of the first quarter from them, because I figured from here to the end of time we're going to see nothing but zone. The word's probably out. They did a nice job of taking away what we wanted, and if we could just get a few of those to drop early on, I think it'd be a whole different ball game. So, we're going to just go back to work and see if we can do a little bit better job with that.
I was going to say, did you feel like your defense kept you in the ball game tonight for the most part?
I thought defense was pretty good. We're still making some, mistakes, silly fouls that are just costly, and aggravating and frustrating from a coach's perspective. But, you can't fault the effort most of the time. I mean, I just feel very fortunate that we have Atlanta, because she will work her butt off, and she will single-handedly make plays to keep you in a game. And her effort has just been very, very laudable through these last few stretches. And you know, we have other kids that kind of come, you know, Jewel kind of came alive a little bit there, got some blocks and did some good things defensively. You know, you said that the rebounding was pretty even, but I still don't feel like we're doing as good a job as we need to on the defensive board. But, you know, like you said, if you hold a team to 43, you normally think you're going to be in a ball game. So I'm blaming our offense.
Yeah, you know, I would agree. I think the offense struggled early in that. Of course, in high school girls basketball plays a mental factor in every aspect. But I thought that third quarter was probably your best quarter. I felt like your kids came out and right off the bat, Leah makes a nice dribble drive, gets a dish off there, and does some things for you. And it seems like when she comes alive, the team kind of comes alive. And I know she's one that you're going to continue to push more and more to give you more offense. I know, like you said, Alana's giving you some more defensive presence. But, you know, what are you thinking from Leah right now that she's got to give you that maybe she's not?
Well, she's not very consistent. You know, like she's an emotional roller coaster, if you will. When she gets fired up and decides she's going to do something, then, like you said, she's really can make some things happen out there on the offensive end. But that, you know, I'm not sure where that push comes from. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not.
And you know, you know, we've looked at these last few games. There's moments in the game she can be the best player on the floor if she wants to be, and I think that's something you're looking for her to give.
Yeah, you're right. She can really help us for sure. And so yeah, we're looking for a little more consistency there.
Coach, certainly the schedule doesn't get any easier. We had talked on Sports Chat last night about the fact that after this little homestand, 8 of the next 9 are going to be on the road. But when you look at Lagodi coming up, you look at Bloomfield, you look at Linton, certainly teams all having pretty good years thus far. Then not too far down the road, your arch rival game with Orleans, and then suddenly you're starting to get into the Christmas break.
Well, maybe
fast.
Yeah, that's right. They're coming in fast now. You're right. I mean, we're not going to get any kind of break here. The Lagodi's got a good team this year. Bloomfield has been strong. Blinton has been very, very strong. We saw them play this summer, so the intensity is going to be there. So we're going to have to rise up.
But at the same time, I don't think at this point in the season it's time to push any panic button.
No, I wouldn't call it panic, but I would call it frustration. It's like we make a little bit of progress, and it seems like we slide back a few steps, and we just can't get getting everything clicking at the same time. You're right. There's a lot of season to go, but at the same time, like you said, it's going to be game. So we don't have a lot of time to let this thing brew. We got to get with it.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us here. We'll have you again on Tuesday night when Lagodi comes to town, and hopefully we'll look for some different results.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
That is Marty Niehaus, the head coach of the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks, joining us after the game tonight as Valley gets down early, and even though they cut a 17-point deficit to 9, could not complete the comeback as they fall here to their arch rivals. Well, certainly, Kelly, as you look at this ball game, at times Valley able to stay with this team. So you got to look at the positives, and again, you've said it so many times before, this game is so mental, and when you're dealing with teenage kids, certainly it can be frustrating. You want to pull your hair out. I don't have any. You guys do. But at any rate, hopefully, this is all fixable. I think that's the thing that we need to get across, and I think we're going to see that happen. Whether it's sooner or later, we obviously don't know, but I think this team's going to be able to bounce back.
Well, like Coach said, right now it's frustrating because you see glimpses of positive. You see glimpses of good rebound and good defense, great stops on the defensive end in certain quarters, and then maybe not so much in the next quarter. So she's looking for consistency. She's looking for some kids to step up. Clearly, we've got to get more offense, and we're getting the ball inside to Jewel, and she's doing some good things with it, but we've got to have some more point production from other people. And so lots of time left. Like she said, it's not even December yet, but December quickly comes about tomorrow.
Be here before you know it, I guess. All right, thanks for the job as well, and we'll look forward to seeing you Saturday with the Valley boys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
All righty. Here tonight, Addie Denyu scores 15 points. Tyler Rashi 11. Dubois jumps out to a 7-1 lead after one, and Valley would get down by as many as 18 before falling by 17 here tonight. They were led by Joel McCormick's 13. As Dubois improves to 4-4 on the year, 1-1 away from home. They've won now 4 straight. The Lady Hawks dropped to 3-4 on the year, 2-2 here at home. They've now dropped 3 in a row. Dubois continues their mastery in the series, having won 26 of the last 28 meetings. Dubois next in action on Saturday. They'll take on Tecumseh in the North Davies tourney. That should be an interesting contest because those are 2 sectional 64 teams the Valley could potentially see. And, of course, the Lady Hawks will host Lagodi on Tuesday night. More on that in just a moment. By the way, in JV action tonight, Northeast Dubois kept the B-teamers winless with a 46-19 victory. As always, we're grateful to many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in. And we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools. So we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Northeast Dubois High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. And we'll be back with us again tomorrow night. We'll be at the Doghouse in Orleans as the Springs Valley and Orleans boys lock horns once again. 7:30 the scheduled tip. Our broadcast coverage to begin at 7:15. And then make sure you're with us again for our next broadcast of the Springs Valley Girls Tuesday night. We'll be back here at the Hawks Nest as they welcome in the Lagodi Lady Lions. I believe they do not have a JV team, so they will probably move up the start time. We'll keep you posted on that as soon as we're aware of the starting time of that contest. For our studio engineer this evening, Randall Ham, our statistician for tonight's contest, McKenna Purley, and for Kelly Schmidt, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where tonight's final score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard was the Northeast Dubois Lady Chiefs 43, the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks 26. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley. Thanks for listening for tonight's game. And brought to you by Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in French Lick. Orange County REMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, 865-2229. By IU Health Bailey Hospital, the only nationally ranked health system in the state of Indiana. By Springs Valley Bank and Trust, offices in French Lick, Bailey, and Jasper. Springs Valley Metals, Highway 145, French Lick. Smithville Fiber, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers. Another way to serve you better. High school basketball, a presentation of Q100 Sports. You can best show your appreciation for the broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to the Power Station for Sports. This is Q100, WFLQ French Lick.